If you see this color fluid in your expansion tank, you're in deep trouble. We'll tell you why as we go over the top 5 problems we found on our Nissan Frontier. In this video, we're going to go ahead and cover the top 5 problems on our 2nd gen Nissan Frontier. The first problem starts under the hood. Upon startup, hearing rattle noise from the engine compartment. After you shut down the engine, go ahead and remove the serpentine belt. With this belt removed, start up the vehicle again. If the noise persists at this point here, that's going to tell us that that noise is coming from underneath our timing cover. This is a well-known issue from Nissan. Now, once you go ahead and remove that timing cover, what you're going to find underneath there are going to be a series of chains. You're going to have a couple cam gears here, 2 here, an idler gear, a crank gear, and in green we have the chain guide. In red, we have 3 chain tensioners, and these are all hydraulic. Now, chances are the tensioners themselves on the secondary side are bleeding down and not holding oil pressure properly. So when you start up that vehicle, these chains slap around, causing that rattle noise. Our second problem is going to be the blower motor only working on certain settings. Now, at this point here, you want to go ahead and turn the key to the on position, and then locate your fan indicator. We're going to turn this on. Dead. Dead, dead, and there. Number 4 is working. These other 3 are dead. At this point here, it's going to be the blower motor resistor behind here. You want to go ahead and replace that component. The other component you want to look at is the blower motor fan underneath the passenger side of the dashboard. It's always good to go ahead and replace the resistor as well as the fan at the same time. Our third problem is going to be a code P0430. Now, this is probably going to have a check engine light on the dash, and it also may be the result of a failed emissions test on your vehicle. First thing you want to do is get up underneath the vehicle. You want to go ahead and inspect the exhaust. Now, this exhaust has 2 sides coming off of our V6, and these are also classified as bank 1 and 2. Bank 1 is the passenger side, bank 2 is the driver's side. Get underneath and inspect that exhaust for leaks. And on the bottom side here, we already have some loose components rusting and falling apart. We have some clamps and some random things just kind of floating around. Definitely don't overlook the gaskets on the flanges where the catalytic converter attaches to the rest of the pipe or anywhere else. We can clearly see that this one here is wobbly and flaky. There's a very good possibility we're going to have an exhaust leak here as well. Fix that first. Now, after you've checked out the exhaust, the second thing is hook up that scan tool, and you want to run a fuel trim test on the O2 sensors. Now, if the O2 sensor fails, replace the O2 sensor. If the O2 sensor tests good, you want to go ahead and replace the catalytic converter. The big thing here is, depending on the mileage of the vehicle, it's always wise to go ahead and replace the O2 sensors with the CATs. You can go ahead and find these at 1aauto.com. Problem number 4 is also an emissions-related component. This is the evap canister vent valve. This component is located up underneath the bed of the vehicle attached to the charcoal canister. Now, once you go ahead and drop down the canister itself, you're going to locate the vent valve right here on the top side. This is the component you want to replace. You want to go ahead and remove the vent valve, install the new component, install it back into the vehicle, clear your codes, and take it for road test. At this point here, you should be all set. Our 5th and final problem could be catastrophic: transmission fluid mixing with your coolant. Symptoms of this problem can be overheating of the engine, weak heat in the passenger compartment, and shifting problems of this transmission. Now, this is a well-known problem through Nissan, and what happens is that the separate coolant tubes for our transmission fluid and coolant running through our radiator fail, mixing the fluids and cycling it through where it shouldn't be. Now, here we have clean coolant, we have clean transmission fluid. When the internals of the radiator fail, it creates this strawberry shake looking concoction that neither captures the cooling capabilities or the hydraulic properties that are needed to operate in the vehicle. Now, if you find this fluid in your expansion tank or in your radiator, do not drive the vehicle. You want to go ahead and have the vehicle brought down to a local shop, have them find out what's going on, and see if they can properly diagnose and fix that problem for you. Now, if you have 100,000 miles or more and you have not replaced that radiator, you want to go ahead and replace that preventative maintenance per se that could save you thousands of dollars of having to replace a transmission down the road. You can go ahead and buy that radiator at 1AAuto.com, saving you lots of money, and be shipped to you fast and free.